It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And another year, Commissioner, I'm so glad you're with us, and it's always great to have a conversation with you as the Commissioner of the IHSAA.
Boy, Coach, it's here, and it does seem like a very short time that you and I closed up the Commissioner's Corner for the year, but let's open this thing back up this year, and let's have some fun along the way talking about these kids.
That's absolutely the idea. Everyone realizes that Friday, the 23rd, is the beginning of high school football, week number 1, about 190 games. It just continues to grow and grow. I think on Friday night, the excitement, the pageantry, the involvement of kids and communities and schools just continues to be incredibly popular around our state.
It does, Coach. And, you know, one of the things, I just looked at some statistics today, and across the nation, high school football is still growing. And it's up significantly. And, you know, it just shows that there's still a lot of interest in the game, you know, and that goes everywhere from the student athletes that get to put the jersey on and play the game to the fans. You know, if the fans weren't showing up and supporting the high school team, I don't know that we'd see growth in sport, especially participation numbers of our student athletes. So very exciting news about the health of high school football across the country and especially the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and as we get ready to start, we always look around and everybody's trying to figure out who's good, who's favored, this, that, and the other. It's hard to repeat as champions in our state in any sport. It's especially difficult to do in football because teams continue to get the sport's growing, but teams in our state seem to be getting better and better, more competitive, and I think more balanced throughout all of the classifications.
It does. It goes from, top to bottom. And I know, the people in South Bend or, the region or Lafayette, you can pick the corner in the state and, everybody's working hard to get better. And I think we see that. Coaches are, again, they're just spending all kinds of time developing student athletes, but we do see parity in football. And I think we've seen parity continue to grow in the last couple of years. And that's, again, why the game, we believe, is in pretty good shape. And Coach, anytime in our business we have new people who get to enjoy some success along the way, it really increases interest, and it's just good for the game.
We're talking with Paul Neidig, the Commissioner of the IHSAA. And Paul, in addition to high school football getting started Friday night, and also we've already begun boys tennis, girls golf, soccer, volleyball. Everything's about to get underway or is underway in the fall sports schedule.
We have participation, and it's all started. Again, the dreams are still there. We got, girls golf has been going for actually 2 weeks now. It won't be long, Coach. A couple of shows from now, we'll be talking about the state championship in girls golf. Once we get started, the season goes fast, but the tournament comes quick. And, we'll be doing our pairing show here later on this year and talking about celebrating Thanksgiving and the football state championship in the same weekend. But before then, we have a lot of games to be played and a lot of games to be officiated. And I do want to give a shout out to our officials, Coach, who just do it for the betterment of the game. And it's really the same thing about when they got to play high school sports. They love the game so much that they're willing to go out there, take criticism that's unjust, unfair, and still come back and officiate for these student athletes. And I always say we need to thank them and continue to thank them. Understand that they're a human being. They won't be perfect, not capable of being perfect. But parents get to watch because officials choose to officiate, and I'm just thankful for them and the work that they do.
Also thankful for all you and your staff do and all the member institutions do around the state. He's the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Week 1 of high school football. Everyone get out, support your teams, have some fun, and do it the right way. Paul, thanks for your time. I'll look forward to our conversation next week.
Thanks, Coach, and it's always a highlight of my week. We'll do it again here.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
We're about to have.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store? Shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order You can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
All right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from the Chesterton High School Trojan Guard under the direction of Mr. John Flauter and Mr. Vince Arizzi. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise as we recognize a moment of silence for one of our own. Earlier this week, Chesterton lost a colleague and dear friend in Dr. John Forschetti. Dr. Forschetti was a longtime team physician for the CHS football team, a family physician in Chesterton, as well as within the Duneland School Corporation. Doc was not only a member of the Chesterton Athletic Hall of Fame, but also the Indiana Football Coaches Hall of Fame. He was honored for his work and commitment to the safety of all student athletes. Words cannot express the tremendous grief our school district staff, students, families, and community have experienced as a result of his passing. In honor of Dr. Forschetti's memory, we ask that you join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. At this time, let's honor our great nation with the performance of our national anthem, conducted by Chesterton High School Director of Bands, Mr. Jonathan Flaughter. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN, YouTube, and regionsports.com, along with the IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from beautiful Chesterton High School as the Region Sports Network presents our 8th-ranked Hobart Brickies taking on the Chesterton Trojans. Michael Brenner here on site at Chesterton High School, along with the mayor, Josh Huddleston. Josh, it is great to work with you yet again to open up another Friday night under the lights.
I feel like it is the greatest time of year. High school football is kicking off. The weather is absolutely gorgeous out here at Chesterton High School. We are in for a great game tonight. And it is just that time of year where the fans are coming alive. School's back in session. The energy here at Chesterton High School is unbelievable. On senior night, we're in for a great game.
There is nothing better than week one of the high school football season. There's nothing better than working with you. And, yeah, you mentioned, we're working outside tonight. We're not in the press box. We're working outside. You posted it yesterday. Get outside and enjoy already football weather out here. That's what it's starting to feel like. We changed seasons very, very quickly Can't wait to get this thing going. You got a Chesterton team that came out of last season 2-8. What kind of changes are they going to make this year? I tell you what, I got to talk to Coach Peterson before the game today. He feels pretty fired up about this team. He feels that there was a lot of good things that happened over the summer. Yeah, they lost a lot of close games in the regular season. And you talk about the Duneland Athletic Conference where they're a part of. You look at it, and you might have the one team at the top that everyone's chasing, and the rest of them, the 6, 7, and 8, all of those are close games. A play one way or the other, and they could be 8-2, right? So the Duneland Athletic Conference, this is a great Chesterton team. I mean, I was watching them come out of the tunnel. They're big, they're hungry, and as you alluded to, they are gassed up and ready to take on the Hobart Brickies tonight. Yeah, a lot of changes in terms of your receiving core, and one thing that's going to be stable though is Brady McCormick. He is going to still be at the quarterback position, but one thing to keep your eye on, something that some of the coaching staff said, he goes, keep an eye on this offensive line because they are a tight-knit group, and that's going to be important for Brady tonight. Yeah, absolutely. We were at this game 2 years ago in the same spot when the Chesterton Trojans just ran the ball down the Bricky. They picked if they ran right or ran left. They got behind the big offensive line of Chesterton, and they just methodically moved the ball, and they were able to do what they wanted on the ground game. So their offensive line is a close-knit group, and it's going to be, can the Hobart defensive line step up to the challenge and get some key stops? A lot of new changes on the other side of the ball as well when it comes to the Hobart Brickies. New coach, new coaching staff, a lot of new players in different spots as well. Some guys that are going to be off tonight. One big breaking news piece is Willie Shear not going to be in the lineup tonight either. Yeah, I had the pleasure. I was sitting down on the field talking to Wally McCormick, and as the Brickies came out for their pregame warm-up around 6 o'clock, Wally looked over and he says, "Is Willie Shear not playing?" And he walked right over to his team. So they know how critical Willie Shear is to this offense, and Wally McCormick made it a point to walk straight back to his team, and I don't know what news he delivered to him, but it definitely changes the game for the Hobart Brickies. However, you insert Pickett from Hobart, and that kind of created a storyline for us. We were talking about sometimes these storylines write themselves, and Wally McCormick, the defensive coordinator for Chesterton, pretty much watched Pickett grow up at his house, really close friends of the Picketts. And so offense running back Pickett, who's got varsity experience, scored 9 touchdowns last year against one of his really good friends in Wally and Brady on the other side of the ball. Yeah, and I'm excited to see what Coach Schreiber has for this Hobart team as well. Should be a little different scheme, you believe? Yeah, you know what? I had the opportunity to talk to Coach Schreiber. He is a young, squared-away gentleman. He's a student of the game. He's very – there's one thing these Hobart Brickies will be, and that is prepared. He's instilling discipline. He's doing all of the right things to build a strong program. And he's got a quarterback, Alex Tatum, at the quarterback position, who's a phenomenal student-athlete, a strong leader, gets it done on and off the field. So he's got a good quarterback to trust in his first game as a Hobart Brickie coach. Yeah, we're trying to also fight with the PA system here at Chesterton. They do a phenomenal job, get their crowd hyped up as the Trojans hit the field. Yeah, you talked about Tatum in the quarterback position, just a sophomore in the lineup today. And that's the thing about the Hobart Brickies too, is one thing to keep an eye on them for them is they're a young team. They're not a huge senior-laden team. They have a lot of young components to their team, and that's only good for the next couple years down the road as well. Yeah, you know what? The Hobart team is when high school teams are good, it's how does the upper class and the lower classes mesh together. So you go through summer, you think you fit some pieces in some spots, but usually this first game answers a lot of questions. And Chesterton's going to get a lot of questions answered tonight. Hobart's going to get a lot of questions answered tonight. So I see a little cat and mouse. There might be some big plays early on and the team settle down, or it might be 3 and out on both sides of the ball until they start to figure each other out and get those pieces working. Well, and one thing that you and I have witnessed, and we've opened this game the last couple of years together, and one thing that kind of just stands out right off the bat, and I said this on our Tech Tailgate show, it feels like for this matchup, week 1, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to be the winner of this ball game. Yeah, I believe when we were at this field, at halftime it was 7-14. Hobart was driving down to take a 2-touchdown lead, and they fumbled or had a turnover in Chesterton. From that point, it was all Chesterton. So you're exactly right. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes?
Can the younger players on Hobart, can they stay within themselves? First night varsity action playing against a really strong DAC opponent. Can they play within themselves? And if they're able to do that, they're going to be okay. And likewise for Chesterton, are they able to take care of business, move guys on the offensive side of the ball, and do what they do best, run the ball and move the ball?
Our Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Our forecast tonight, a very comfortable 76 degrees here in Chesterton. A little partly cloudy, well, not really a partly cloudy sky. It's pretty much just cloudless sky right now is what it looks like overhead here as we are outside. We're in the elements, and good weather forecasted for today and really for a good chunk of the weekend. And can't wait to bring this game to you. I'm so excited to have Friday Night Lights. We just had a phenomenal week with the Cal Ripken 10U World Series over in Crown Point, and then we were kind of talking about as soon as that broadcast went off, the championship game went off the air, it was football season, and we were ready to go and getting the assignments right off the bat. So that is your Economy Electric Heating and Cooling game night forecast, brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter.
I tell you, football season is really got people playing fantasy football, college, high school, NFL. There's just so much excitement around it when fans are in the stands cheering on their team. I can't pick a better time.
I'm hard pressed to find something that. Maybe opening day, Major League Baseball might be something that I look forward to. There should be a holiday, but. There's just something, it's about high school where, school's back in session and every school kind of does it a little bit differently. But you're back in session. You get to see all your friends again, maybe that you haven't seen over the summer. And, these guys have been working all summer as well, and the weights all through the winter. And now it's kind of a culmination. We've been prepping for this, and now it's finally here. And it's time to go, time to go hit somebody.
Baseball is exciting in Chicago unless you're a White Sox fan.
You went there, not me.
I did go there.
Well, my baseball season was really fun back in the summer. I got to watch one of my teams go to the state championship. So
this is exactly what Hobart wanted. Coach Schreiber, he's going to be calling the offensive plays for him to be receiving the ball, get those early game jitters out of it, get into a flow the first couple plays, and get things going. So if you're Hobart, starting out on offense is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Aiden Leonard is back to return, as is Connor Stafford, along with Cale Schlosser. Kicking things off for the Trojans.
Kicking off for the Trojans, number 46.
Will be 46. That's Mace Redman. So we are officially underway here on Friday nights, and this is a Quintel kickoff. As this one taken at the 20-yard line and wrapped up around the 20. As this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers.
I will tell you, I like that kickoff better than what the NFL is doing.
Oh, he's going there right away.
First and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Excited to see what Hobart does. Coach Schreiber said they're going to be balanced, getting different people the ball, working different angles, pulling guards, pulling tackles, throwing a lot at the defense from various different formations and various different looks.
So we'll start things up from the 19-yard line, and it's a handoff off to the left side.
Handoff to Pickett.
And that's Pickett with the handoff, and he will be stopped for a loss of yardage.
The defensive end on the near side was able to cut through and hit Pickett before he was able even to get started there. Early game jitters, talked about them, getting off the ball, firing off. Everyone's amped up. Play within yourselves.
So now picking this thing up at the 16-yard line, and there's our first flags of the game. Our officials today are our referee, Andy Simpson, our umpire, Chris Walsh. Our back judge is Christopher Walsh. Our line judge, Joe Gower. And our head linesman is Kevin Mikesell. I got to talk to these guys before the game. Obviously, we see these guys all over the place in various spots in the region and basketball season and all that as well. And I talked to Kevin Mikesell, and I said, all right, keep those flags in those pockets. And he goes, that's the goal. And then the second play of the game, here we are, flags. But had to be because it was a false start. So this backs it up to the 12-yard line for Hobart. Handoff is low. The give back to Pickett, who juts ahead out across the 15.
Pickett carries the ball.
And it'll be third down and a long way to go for the Brickies.
Yeah, not ideal if you're Hobart. A loss of yard and then a false start. But it's going to take time. New coach, new scheme.
Trojan fans, let's make some noise.
You got to trust the process and be patient. And then you look across the field and you have Wally McCormick, who has been around the region for a long time coaching football, a crafty veteran. So he's seen a thing or two.
So from just beyond the 15-yard line, here come the Brickies. A lot of movement along the line, trying to get something going here. And we will have a whistle, and it'll be a timeout early on here for the Brickies. Not an ideal way to start up here, Josh. I mean, obviously you're going negative yardage right off the bat and then have to burn a timeout this early in the ballgame. Yeah,
I think as a coach in your first really game in this situation, new scheme, this is probably to be as expected, right?
Yeah.
Getting those guys kind of dialed in, kind of calming the nerves, some younger guys playing. You do have a sophomore quarterback, so there's a lot of things at play. So on a big third down here deep in your territory, it's probably not an awful timeout. Obviously, you don't want to burn those too soon, but worse things could have happened.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for all your hard work and dedication, keeping our
and that's what we talk about with a young group a little bit. Obviously, the offensive line is going to be an older crew, but just trying to keep him protected. But with the younger quarterback, there's going to be some growing pains that go with those kind of situations here early in the game. So stepping up, looking down the field, trying to make the catch is Leonard, and it's going to be out of the hands around the 45-yard line. So the pass is incomplete in there on the play. Cole Richards was out there.
Not a bad play there. I mean, I think it's a good to take a shot. He did have pressure from the blitzing linebacker on this near side. Chesterton's running a 3-4, two high safeties. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to, and I think they'll come back to that later in the game.
For the Brickies, Xander Langford.
So Xander Langford will punt this away for
the Trojans, number 12, CJ Perez.
For the Brickies, had 34 punts a season ago. The average last year was about 35, just over 35 and a half yards. And he'll kick this one out beyond the 45-yard line, so about the 44-yard line. Not a bad punt right there.
No, it's good. Get it over. I mean, no turnovers there. Getting out of kind of your own territory there and allowing your defense to come on. Now we see this Chesterton offense. Their offensive line is hungry. As we talked about in the pregame show, it's a good group. They mesh well together, and I think they're going to just try to run the ball and show their dominance.
We showed you the starting lineup there for Chesterton, and changes happen at certain points depending on how practice goes. So when we got those, we'll make sure we bring those to you as the handoff right off the bat to the right side of the field for Govea. He had a good season last year, 65 rushes, 271 yards. Not too shabby for the halfback.
Yeah, nice power to the right, positive yards. As a coach, calling plays, you like positive plays, especially on your very first snap of the season.
Caden Summer just to the left of McCormick. He's going to keep the ball here and jut his way ahead. He is motoring up to the 30 before he is wrapped up out beyond the 20. In on that tackle for Hobart. Looked like Cale Schlosser was in on that tackle. He had 20 total tackles a season ago, but it's a big gain for Brady McCormick.
Yeah, the jet sweep motion pulled the defender, and McCormick was able to hit the gap for a big run.
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. So first down here at the 18-yard line. Play is going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 78, Luke Juris.
So Luke Juris in on the tackle.
Yeah, Luke Juris is one of those guys that he checks a lot of boxes for the Brickies. He plays both sides of the ball, and those guys show up in big times and kind of stopping the bleed, if you will, right there. So meeting them for a no gain is a pretty big play.
So McCormick with Govea to his right. He's going to keep again. Juts ahead. Going to get a few yards here on second down here. So out across the 15-yard line.
And when you can run with the quarterback, you get to play 11-on-11 football, so a hat on a hat. And McCormick is one of those guys that can carry the rock a lot. So we saw this 2 years ago when he ran the ball quite a bit in the same quarterback power type situation.
98 rushes a season ago for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he's looking to be in a position to try to do that again. Hands this one off. Govea off to the left side. Gets near the 5-yard line. It's good for a first down. Brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical.
Stop is made by the Brickies.
And he's down to the 4-yard line. Positive things going on right off the bat. And this is kind of, the first series of any game is kind of scripted already, right? So you kind of have these plays kind of in your head how you wanted to start this game up. And so far working for the Chesterton Trojans right now.
Yeah, they could do a lot. They have a lot of speed. They have a lot of versatility. And they got Hobart's defense on skates here. They're doing whatever it is that they wish to do.
Govea up the middle. And he's going to get up to about the 3-yard line. So he gains 1 here. So it's going to be second down and goal, really, from the 3-yard line. So we'll see if it's going to be a keep to McCormick here. And I mean, for the home team here, that's just one of those things to get your fans going on your side right off the bat to open up on your first series first drive as McCormick keeps and into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown.
For the Trojan touchdown.
Once again, showed a little motion and then just a straight quarterback power. He kind of hesitated, let his blocks develop, and then just shot right through the gap for a 3-yard touchdown. And he could do that. He's very capable of running between the tackles. And we showed it. He had a long run earlier, and then he was able just to punch that one in right into the end zone.
Kicker for Chesterton here kicks that one away.
With 7:06 remaining in the first quarter.
So it is a 7-0 ball game. Trojans up early here as we will step aside. You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Program sponsors at the maroon level. Bozak.
Pretty impressive right off the bat for Chesterton. According to our starting lineup, I didn't get moving a little too quick. I was writing some things down. I believe the kicker was David Shook, the senior for Chesterton there to make it a 7-0 ball game after the early touchdown from Brady McCormick.
Back deep to receive the kickoff.
And now
for
the Brickies here, obviously this is an opportunity for me. You got that first series out of the way, and if you're Tatum now, obviously got that first series out of the way. Now it's time to go to work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no harm, no foul, right? This is kind of what you signed up for. You kind of knew that going into Chesterton, they're a tough, difficult opponent, and you got some young guys. You got to work out some kinks. And this is what you expected.
Redmond kicks that away, and Leonard will take that ahead and gets it out to the 30-yard line. So a nice pick up there to kind of get things going, get them a little bit better field position than the way they started last time.
Absolutely, and sometimes you, as an offense calling the plays, and even as a defense, you're not exactly sure what the other team's going to come out in, right? You got Wally calling the defense, so what is Wally going to run? Wally historically has run all kinds of different defenses: 4-3s, 3-4s, 3-3-5s, 4-2s. It just varies what he's going to run. So even just blocking in practice and having the scout team run different things. So now they know. They go back to the drawing board, and it might look different.
We've got a flag early on here in this series. Everyone's down in the position, ready to go, but they didn't. They must not have heard. As we have a penalty against the Brickies Make sure you check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regentsports.com, Facebook/Regent Sports Nation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. So now getting the handoff here, jutting ahead up to the 25-yard line, so right back to that line of scrimmage.
They called an illegal substitution on that play, but I thought as long as they were outside the numbers, it didn't matter, but they did flag that, so I'm going to have to go back to check out the
Bring up the rule book.
Yeah, I got to check it out. I got to check it out. That'll be interesting. I always thought if you were outside the numbers, you can kind of muddle, huddle, kind of like on a timeout, right? You see
right.
Everyone there, and then they break through. So I'm not exactly sure what that was about.
I believe it was. We have a very good officiating crew out here. A lot of really great guys, and you ask any of these coaches, they'll tell you this is probably one of the better staffs in the state. Some fans may not agree with that as they watch throughout the game, but I'm telling you, these guys are very, very good. And
that was not on them. That's on me. I was trying.
Well, I mean, anytime there's a flag against your team, everybody doesn't like it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you right now, folks, we have certainly some of the best officials around our state and around the country right here in Chesterton tonight to call this one, as that one was ahead, didn't get anywhere. So it's going to be 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, Chesterton's doing a very good job of bringing the outside linebackers, and they're able to penetrate the tackles and ends for Hobart.
Pressure coming ahead here, trying to get through. And it looked a little too quick on that linebacker line. It looked like Josh Davis was just finding his way through and probably realized, hey, I'm to the quarterback a little too quickly, and I think that's going to be offsides by the defense.
It's one of those things you, as an official, probably you're like, he got there too quick.
Yeah, if he's there that quick. I mean, they hadn't even snapped it yet, and he was already there. So, the timing was just a smidge off. I mean, you saw that. I mean, it was just off. But that's one of the things when you try to make yourself one of those good defensive players, it is that burst right off on the line, and sometimes it can be a little too quick. But the faster you can get off that line before the defense is the line is really ready to take that, as Davis tries to get through there. Here's going to be Tatum that is taken down in the backfield.
Alex Tatum keeps the ball
and
for
that
the
looked
Rickies.
in the backfield.
Down by number 33, Benicio Rivera.
They went with Benicio Rivera. I was looking like Edlin might have been in on close to that play.
Chesterton's defense is doing a phenomenal job of getting outside pressure, which is causing all kinds of chaos in the Hobart backfield. The defensive end was able to set the edge and force Tatum to go back where they had help.
So this one kicked away. This will picked up and rolled and picked up by Chesterton. And that's by C.J. Perez, who gets out across the 45, maybe right at the 45-yard line. So not bad field position again for the Trojans. This is about the same spot they started their last drive with.
Yeah, and they had a lot of success with Brady running the football. We'll see what they do. Do they mix it up, or do they just keep giving Brady the ball with the hot hand on senior night? Brady's a senior. Talk about coming full circle. Wally was my head football coach, and I remember him bringing in the ultrasound picture of Brady. So seeing him all the way through and getting the call his first game as a senior is pretty cool.
That's really awesome. You gotta love those. Gotta love those connections. Here's the handoff and a little flip back to the right side, jutting ahead, and it looked like it might be close to that first down marker. Govea picked that one up.
I tell you, running the triple option is hard at the college level when they practice and they do a lot. Running it at high school level is even more difficult, and he ran that triple option to perfection.
Yeah.
That was a beautifully run triple option by the Chesterton Trojans.
Just trying to throw a little trickery in there to make things a little bit more challenging, but it was close to that first down marker, so they got about a yard to go here. McCormick going to keep. He's going to run ahead out across the 40. He's got room to run out across the 20, and he is going to get in for another touchdown.
Into the end zone for the Trojan. Touchdown.
46-yard run for Brady McCormick and 2 touchdowns on the night.
What a run. What an absolute the hole was huge. The offensive line opened a big hole. he was able to scoot through, and he had some great blocking downfield by the receivers. And Brady McCormick is already having himself a pretty fabulous night tonight on senior night.
It is going to be Redmond in to kick, so I apologize for earlier. It is Redmond in to kick the extra point. It is up and it is through, so it is going to be a 14-0 score to start things up here for the Chesterton Trojans. We're going to step aside. At least we're going to try. We're going to step aside. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
A big CHS football booster shout out to our 2024 Give Back Night sponsors.
They do. We're going to be losing people left and right here, but it does give us a chance to talk about some of our wonderful sponsors from this season. I tell you what, we get a binder at the start of every game, Josh, and normally there's just a handful of things I need to read, and I feel like now I have a Bible here, and it's got so many pages, and I love it because that just means we have so many people that are interested in being a part of the coverage here on the Region Sports Network. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network, YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Enigenberg Exteriors, you can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. So Redmond will kick things off again.
And Connor Stafford.
4:15 to go here in the opening quarter. Trojans with a 2-touchdown lead already. But we've seen this kind of start for one of these two teams the last couple years, Josh, and then things kind of just go topsy-turvy and teams catch up a little bit. Hobart's not out of this game yet.
No, absolutely not.
Picked up by Leonard. He gets across the sticks there, out across the 30. So just trying to do something for his team here.
Logan Chestovich.
Yeah, you look at, Chesterton, this is probably how they had the game scripted in their mind. We're going to run the ball. We're going to mix it up. Who we get the ball to, jet sweeps, power running back plays, quarterback power running plays, some counters with our quarterback, some speed options. Hobart on the other side hasn't been able to find their footing, but that is to be expected as having a new coach, new scheme, first game against a very quality Chesterton.
We just saw a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. There's a little start here for Hobart trying to get something going here, but they're going to lose yards yet again and get behind those sticks as we get to second down, and it's going to be second down and 12 with just under 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter.
That Chesterton defense has come to play. They are playing good contain on the outside, forcing everything back in, getting a good jump off the ball. A well-coached Chesterton Trojan team. Linebackers are flowing well, and they're playing a very solid first quarter.
We talked about the teams that make the least amount of mistakes. This is a little handoff here. That was to Pickett, and Pickett gets ahead up to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a first down, the first one of the night for the Hobart Brickies.
We talked about the speed option, right? That was the speed option. We talked about Chesterton ran it well, and Hobart answers back with the speed option. Kudos to Coach Schreiber. They're playing into the strength of Chesterton, which is their outside contain, getting them to commit, pitching it off to Pickett, and he picked up a first down.
That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. So maybe trying to get something going here for the Hobart Brickies. They got three wide receivers out to the left. Tatum runs to his left. He juts ahead, gets a couple of yards, and he is right just shy of midfield, it looks like. But still getting a positive yardage is a good start here for the Hobart Brickies on their third possession.
Typically you don't want your quarterback to run into plays like that, especially early on in the season. But Tatum is a very tough kid. He's a state qualifier for wrestling. He's just a strong, tough kid. So he's used to that battle. He's used to grinding out like that. So that is a play that Hobart has in their playbook.
So here at Chesterton High School, second down and 6, just trying to keep the positive momentum going on their side here. Handoff Tatum. He runs ahead, gets across midfield before he is taken down aggressively. And we'll hear the whistles to try to stop the play. And it's going to be Lucas Anderson in there on the tackle.
A great tackle. You talk about form, getting the legs, exploding through. So great job by the Chesterton defense on the tackle. It looks like Hobart's starting to find some type of rhythm on there. That play was there, just the timing was off slightly, which caused them to have to cut up, but they looked like they were running the speed option again, trying to take advantage of the aggressive edge rushers of the Chesterton Trojans.
The receivers out to the left. Tatum, hands off, Pickett ahead. And he is going to be just shy of that first down heading into the 45. Looks like he's going to be stopped at the 47.5, maybe the 46 they might give him. So this is going to be a fourth down. Do you consider this four down territory, Josh? You got to get something going on this side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're in Chesterton territory. You're down 2 scores early on. You gotta go for this here, right?
This is four down territory, and they've entered the Four Seasons Mechanical four down territory, sponsored by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. Getting ahead, and the forward progress will give them a first down, and that is a big pickup for the Brickies.
Absolutely. Look like the Philadelphia Eagles right there, right? The little quarterback.
Push.
Yeah, little get behind and go. I think that's one of the hardest plays to stop, the little goose and go, we used to call it. You just nudge the center, he snaps the ball, and you go. Especially in short yardage situation, it is virtually impossible to stop it. As you saw in the NFL, they had a hard time stopping it.
So some call it the tush push. You call it the what?
The goose and go.
The goose and go, okay. I like it. We got a lot going here. We got about 23 seconds to the end of the opening quarter here. Hobart has time to get one more play off. They have to do that. They had 5 seconds left on the play clock. Here's a throw out to the left and caught and brought in right around the 10-yard line. That's going to be Leonard out there at the 10-yard line. So number 10 catches it around that 10-yard line and juts ahead, and the ball is going to be placed at the 5-yard line. So with 10 seconds left to go, so 10s are wild right here right now, Josh.
I'll tell you right now, that's what you like to see, right? Quarterback stood firm in the pocket, pressure was coming, threw an absolute dart to Aiden Leonard, and Aiden Leonard is going to be a big player for this Hobart Bricky team.
24 catches last year for over 380 yards with a touchdown. Tatum gets the ball, runs out to his left, gets ahead, and is stopped inside the 5-yard line. Looks like right around the 2 or so. But that is how the first quarter is going to come to the end. So they get all the way down to that end of the field, all the way to come the other way back. So we will step aside. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have your attention, please. We'd like to take a moment to say hello and recognize
And we welcome you back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We apologize, having some technical difficulties, as I also have technical difficulties talking as well, apparently. We're working on those commercials. Tatum, low snap, runs ahead, and he is tackled.
Tatum keeps the ball.
And it is Josh Davis.
I
I said Stabolito on there. I thought it was 18, but
They got great penetration from the far side, and they were able to get to him. And there was a hole there. The timing was just off.
so 3rd down and 4 coming up here for Tatum. And this Bricky's offense, do you go for the throw or do you keep trying to run on 3rd and goal here?
I think you give Leonard a shot over there.
Tatum runs ahead and is tackled inside the 3-yard line.
18, Josh Davis.
In my opinion, it's a tough decision because they're thinking at the same time, we're going to try to stop you one-on-one, but then you might have some room to run, but then that closes up quickly. Chesterton, as you said, defensively, just here to play today.
Yeah, they got some big boys up front that are they're earning their keep too, right?
Langford on for the field goal attempt. He was 4 of 5 last year. He had a long of 41, and we're going to have a timeout here to bring somebody out onto the field. That was Pickett, who was trying to run out there. So we're going to have a timeout just so there wasn't any penalty that was assessed. Gives us more time to talk about some of our wonderful sponsors that we've got. Don't forget to visit theregionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram. This week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by Nika IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians. Always love those electricians, plumbers, construction workers, the blue-collar guys.
Build the region. And our sponsors help make providing this stream to the viewers.
Absolutely. Can't thank them enough for everything helping us get, it's one thing to have viewers. It's another group. We always have the viewers, but we got to get it here by having the wonderful people that sponsor us here in the Region Sports Network. So appreciate everyone, no matter what role you're in here right now, tuning into this one. So Langford on yet again from the 10-yard line. This is up, and it is through. And the Hobart Brickies are officially on the board. And it is a 14-3 ball game. 10:44 left to go in the half.
Hobart 3.
You are watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Cagney's in Hobart offers a fun atmosphere to watch a game on one of its many big screen TVs. While there, fans can enjoy selections from a full menu of comfort foods, including nachos, sandwiches, and more. Planning on staying late? No problem. The kitchen at Cagney's is open from 11 a.m. till midnight, and Cagney's offers daily food specials every day of the week. Cagney's is located at 236 Main Street in Hobart, and they can always be found on Facebook. Cagney's, a proud sponsor of the Brickies. For over 50 years, family-owned Budd Insurance Agency in Hobart has been providing insurance services and protection to Northwest Indiana. With protection provided by Auto Owners Insurance, Dave, Bob, and Mike can custom fit a policy to meet a person's needs. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Budd Insurance treats each client with personal attention, making your visit a pleasant one. Stop by 615 West 3rd Street in Hobart or give them a call at 942-1028. And you can always visit them on the web at buddinsagency.com.
Number 15.
We welcome you back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got it working. Zach Sinelli doing a phenomenal job to my left, working the production. And then we've got Scott Stesso working the camera as well. Always a phenomenal job. So Langford will kick things off here for the Hobart Brickies. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. And this will be a touchback for the Trojans.
Langford's kick lands in the end zone for a touchback.
Langford's a great kicker. Travels around the country, visiting different Ivy League schools. 4.2 GPA, gets it done on and off the field. So just a great kid, great kicker, great asset. Special teams is so critical to football games, and a lot of people take special teams for granted. But when you have a kicker like Langford, it definitely helps the Brickies out.
Connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game, it's the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections, proven under pressure. It's back. So Chesterton from their worst starting field position to start a drive. Swung to the head, and a plethora of Brickies are there in on the tackle. That was Govea who jutted ahead for about 3 yards or so.
Govea brought down by Peters.
So Peters is on for the tackle.
That's a 3-yard gain for Chesterton, but that's kind of a win for Hobart. That might be the least amount of yards they've held them to there.
If I could learn how to actually keep stats during a game here for football, I'd be able to confirm that for you. But it's one of those things I haven't mastered yet, along with many other things. Handoff again, this time up to the 25-yard line, excuse me.
Brought down by the Brickies.
Brought down by the Brickies.
Josh Diaz.
Diaz there in on the tackle.
They had him wrapped up, but what a good running backs. Keep your legs running. Young running backs listening and watching, keep your legs moving. You're not down till you're down.
Right.
And they had him wrapped up, but he just kept his legs moving and was able to squirt forward for a couple more yards.
And this is 3rd down and manageable for the Trojans. McCormick is flanked on either side. There's the handoff. Well, it's going to be kept by McCormick, who flips it out to Govea on the left side. He crosses the 30s for a first down, right across the 40, and down around the 45-yard line. So Govea having himself a good game as well. He had 65 rushes last year, Josh, for over 270 yards. His longest was 24.
Of the play is a Trojan.
Yeah, it's so hard when you from a defensive standpoint, when you think when it's 3rd and short, you want to protect that middle. That's typically where you think they're running, but that's the cat and mouse game that football is. Fake to the middle, toss it to the outside, and had a big gain.
So it's a Four Seasons mechanical first down for you here from the 45-yard line. And up again to Govea. Now he's running out to the right side, out across midfield, up to the 45. So it's going to be another first down for the Trojans. And taken out of bounds.
Brought down by number 18, Bryce Tolliver.
They had Tolliver there on the tackle.
Before the result of the play.
Nick Dozier in there as well near the area.
Down.
Yeah, Chesterton's just having success on going to the outside, utilizing that speed and really stretching out the defense of Hobart. Hobart's having some difficult times containing the perimeter here, and Chesterton's able to just get the perimeter and pick up big yards.
So 8:40 until halftime. What's the big halftime adjustment, at least on defense, for the Brickies right now?
They're going to have to protect the outside, right? Obviously, Chesterton hasn't put the ball in the air yet, so they're going to have to make Chesterton throw the football. You got to bring the house, bring people up, and force McCormick to throw the football.
So Caden Summer there on the run. And it is worth noting as well, we did get confirmation that Jalen Williams, who is not in here offensively for Hobart, he will be in the second half of this game. He did not get to play the first half. He will be in on the second half.
Yeah, and he's a big asset. He's coming off of a knee injury last year, didn't get to play. And so he's a really big asset, really big. He's all over the field, both offensively and defensively.
So 7:55 here to go in the opening half. Getting Friday Night Lights underway here in the region. Looking to throw down the field. There is contact. The ball is going to be a little airmailed on that one. Haven't seen the wide receivers out there too much yet. That was C.J. Perez Jr. That was the intended target. He is also technically on the depth chart that I received. He is the backup quarterback as well.
Which might play into the game later. Who knows?
You never know.
Some trick plays, but that now it's third and 7. So you put them in a position now when you force them to throw the football. Can Hobart come up and get a stop here?
That'll be huge for them if they can get a stop. McCormick keeps, runs ahead, out across the 30, up to the 20, and he is going to be spinning his way down inside the 10. What a run for Brady McCormick.
He's down inside the 10-yard line, brought down by number 20.
I'll tell you, that play's so difficult. You show a fake and then you hit that gap. This is when you're able to run with the quarterback, it creates 11 on 11. You fake to that running back and he becomes the lead blocker, takes on the linebacker, and McCormick just follows his blockers and just continues on.
So they said number 20 was in on the tackle. We don't have a number. That might be Stephen Miller. I believe that's who he said, right? Stephen Miller. That's what we were told earlier. We thought he's written on here for number 21, so we'll try to make that adjustment there. We did get that confirmed beforehand, so I forgot to write that down. So
I did our homework.
Yep, we did that. So 20 in there on the tackle. That was Stephen Miller. So it's 2nd down and 4, 6:50 to go. Trying to find their way into the end zone yet again. McCormick with the ball, gives up to Govea, who gets into the end zone.
Into the end zone.
For the touchdown.
For the Trojan touchdown.
So from 4 yards out, the Trojans yet again punch it in.
Yeah, that's just power football, right? Hand it off to the running back. Let them get behind the big boys up front. Let them push their way into the end zone.
Onto the field for the point after touchdown attempt.
And Chesterton is doing pretty much whatever they want on offense. They're running it outside. They're running it inside. They're running speed option. They're running counters, quarterback powers. Their coach's offensive coordinator is having a great night calling the game.
Kick is up for the extra point from Redmond. Looked like Carlos Leon was the long snapper. The holder is C.J. Perez. So with 6:41 left to go in the half, it is 21-3 in favor of Chesterton. You're watching Game Night here in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Check out the red hot deals going on right now at Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware. While you're there, sign up for Ace Rewards and unlock more savings. Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week for all your do-it-yourself projects. The trained customer-friendly staff is always on hand to assist with anything you need. Stop in today for expert advice. Visit Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware at 661 Main Street in Hobart. Serving the community as a hardware store since 1991, Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Discover excellence at Moeller Acura of Maryville. Whether you're seeking the thrill of a new Acura or the reliability of a certified pre-owned, we have the perfect vehicle waiting for you. At Moeller Acura, our knowledgeable team is here to provide you with the first-class experience, from your first test drive to every service appointment. Experience luxury, performance, and unparalleled service at Moeller Acura of Maryville, where your journey begins. Visit us today or explore our inventory online at MoellerAcuraofMaryville.com.
Got another Quintel kickoff for you here on the Region Sports Network. This one is underway. Going to be a little bit of a short kick here. Picked up by the Brickies. Getting across. Getting through with some room to run. And taken out across the 40.
Stafford
nice
on the return.
Pickup. That's Stafford on the return.
He's
so
tackled by number 46.
Really nice return. Kind of
Redmond.
getting a little bit momentum going on the Hobart side. They're kind of, they're building things, slowly but surely.
And, it's a new staff, and so, you got to be patient, right? You got to trust the process, as you get into it. And when you're a 4A school as opposed to 5, 6A schools, you got guys going both ways. And sometimes those pieces that you thought were part of the puzzle end up not being part of the puzzle, right? And so you figure it out as you go. And maybe some of these guys that are starting tonight might not be starting in those positions next week. So there's a lot of learning curves when you start with the first of the season and a new team.
Tatum hands off to Leonard, who runs out to the right side, out across the 45-yard line. So again, still building positive yardage here now on the other way for the Brickies.
And Lucas Anderson.
Chesterton, they're a well-coached team, right? You're not rarely going to get them caught out of position. Very few penalties, very few turnovers. A team that's well-coached. So Hobart, as with the new regime, we'll call it. There's a lot to learn here tonight.
Well, and they were more than gracious to talk to us pregame and letting us know kind of what's been going on, how who to focus on, and who has stood out to them over the course of this summer.
Tatum
keeps and runs ahead.
Stop is made.
Yeah, and
Josh Davis.
we haven't really talked about their Willie the Jet Shear, right? He
Trojan
is
fans, make some noise.
He is an X factor in the game, and he's not playing tonight.
Well, according to the depth chart, he's an F factor because that's what they have him in the slotted in that position there. There was B, A, F, X, and Y. So we don't know the extent that there was an injury of some kind that we believe. We did not confirm as to what the injury was. We just know that he is not playing in today's game. Handoff here, now running out to the left and taken
Stafford
down.
Carries the ball, brought down in the backfield.
As brought down in the backfield, that was number 33, Benny Rivera.
Number 33, Benicio Rivera.
So just when the positive yardage was building up here, losing yardage on that one, it'll be 4th down here with under 5 minutes to go in the opening half.
Xander Langford. Back deep for the Trojans, C.J. Perez Jr.
We've already seen, you can check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/regionsports, and or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. The electrical professionals, as we have a flag on the play here. But that's already seen some electrifying plays for these Chesterton Trojans. And they get the ball again here in just a few moments.
Yeah, if you're Brady McCormick, you can't wait to get back out on the field, right?
Full start.
Well, and fun thing about this matchup we've had the last couple of years, and there's good history between these two teams. You're looking at two teams, and a lot of people would probably forget this. If you go back to 1970, these are two of the founding members, or two of the 4 founding members of the Duneland Athletic Conference. A lot of people maybe forget that Hobart was in that DAC for a number of years.
They were. They had a lot of success, too.
Here's the punt. Out is Perez in the backfield. He'll have to watch that one kind of bounce away, and it continues to roll in favor of Hobart out inside the 10, down to the 7 or 8 yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it. Not what maybe Perez was looking for. I think he was looking for that one to maybe roll into the end zone. Didn't realize how far up he really was.
Beautiful punt.
It was a great punt. Yeah, just kind of didn't put it the way he wanted. But, yeah, absolutely a great punt there for
It flips the script,
Langford.
right? Changes. Chesterton has gotten the ball, near midfield. This time they're deep in their own territory. So we'll see with under 5 minutes how Hobart's defense plays. But how does Chesterton's offense play? Do they let Brady throw the ball more, or do they continue to run the football?
We'll have the Hose Connections halftime report in just a little while. So the first handoff here on this drive, and out for just a couple of yards as Summer takes the ball.
66, Josh Diaz.
Diaz in on the tackle.
It was that same triple option. That was he gave it on that play, short gain.
So I know we talked about the outside, or trying to, load up the box there a little bit and make him throw a little bit. Is that still kind of the philosophy here when you've got so many weapons that can run up the middle? So trying to force it to the outside, is that kind of the game plan that you need to see second half out of Hobart defense?
Yeah, it looks like they're already making the adjustments here, right? Like they're attacking that middle, and those are the two plays that Chesterton has had huge success on, that triple option and that quarterback counter power right there. And Hobart sold out. So it looks like maybe they're listening to the broadcast. They're going to force
somebody's relaying
Brady
the message
to put the ball in the air.
What was it, the NFL? It was a Super Bowl where somehow in the coach's headset, somehow it was like one of the CBS broadcasts. So they were listening to Nance, and they're like, well, this may be a wonderful voice we're listening to, and that's what we're looking for in this.
Well, if you're listening to Tony Romo, he's pretty much calling the plays. So
it's fair enough. He has been good at that. When are you going to start doing that?
I don't have that I don't have that ability. But if you're going to pay me Tom Brady Fox money, then $350
we're not doing that
for 10
already.
Years.
You're the mayor. We got to. So 3rd and 6 coming down here from the 12-yard line. 3:16 to go. We had a stoppage in play.
I think the down marker on the far sideline is having some technical difficulties.
Okay, they're having their own technical difficulties. Well, remember, we will have some awards that we're going to hand out at the end of this one as well. We will have the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Not to mention our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And, of course, the play of the game right here presented by the Region Sports Network. McCormick out to his right, flips it ahead. Perez up to the 25 and tackled just shy of the 30-yard line.
The running back to is a simple flood concept right there. No one picked up the running back out of the backfield. He was able to pause, float out, and McCormick was able to hit him.
So they said, I apologize. I thought I saw number 12 was in on that catch. They said it was Govea, so apologies on that one. So I saw 12. It was 13. I get a new prescription or something. McCormick takes the snap, looks to his left, throws ahead. This time it's Perez out across the 30.
Complete to Perez Jr.
Yeah, it's a well-designed play right there. They show the bubble screen, and then the slot receiver just kind of peels right in there, and they just play a little pitch and catch.
Out to the 33-yard line. It is second down and 4 on the board. And this one, it gets stopped as they run up the middle for McCormick and up to the 34. So a pickup of just 1 yard.
By number 66, Josh Diaz.
I'll tell you what, I think Josh Diaz has been on the last 6 tackles.
Yeah, he has. He's been everywhere.
And he's been laying it when he hits them. He's been hitting them hard, and that was another one where he was able to make a pretty big thud when he came in there.
Well, he's clearly reading what Chesterton's throwing down here as they go 3 wide. They go 2 in the bottom, 1 at the top for the receiving core here on 3rd down and 3. McCormick, he's going to run ahead. He gets across for the first down. Out across the 40. He's still on his feet before he's tackled. Out across the 45, up to the 48-yard line. What a run for McCormick again.
I'm not sure what Chesterton's trying to do here. We've got under a minute and a half to go here, and they're kind of muddled. They don't look like they're in any sense of hurry here. Are they content with the 21-3 lead here going into half?
Govea out to the left. He gets tackled immediately. This will be for a loss. Now,
Govea carries the ball.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this, but there's some games, and I watched a ton of them with Crown Point last year, where easily in the first half you're up 35 points, and then you have a running clock in the second half. Does Chesterton want to not worry about it so that way they get to play the full? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not, and this isn't disrespectful against Hobart. That's not what I'm trying to say. But they want to make sure that they don't have that kind of situation. I don't know.
Yeah, so typically your first game you want to work on a lot of different things,
exactly.
Right? So this is an opportunity to maybe work on your 2-minute drill. What does your 2-minute drill look like? Are you able to do certain things against certain teams, and you run these things in practice, but how do they look in the game in real life competition? Because sometimes when you're playing against the T team, they know what's coming, they know the formations, they know the signals that are coming in from the sidelines. The other teams necessarily don't know that. So these first games, these non-conference games, are an opportunity to try things in live game situations. But I got to assume they're going to put the ball in the air here at some point.
Second down and 12 coming up here.
This situation is usually where I like a screen pass. I'm going to get the defense out of a timeout, pinning their ears back.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McCormick, he's looking to throw. Throws kind of up the middle, just misses Perez out across the 30, up near the 25-yard line.
Incomplete.
Yeah, that was they had the matchup there. McCormick just missed him a tad there. He had 5 yards, 6 yards on the defender there. And kudos to the offensive line for Chesterton. Gave Brady a lot of time for that play to develop, and just a tad bit too much on it.
Stryker-Mantell hometown scoreboard update. Staying in the Duneland, Lake Central leading Munster 17-0 in the second quarter with about 2 minutes to go as McCormick steps up, runs to the 45. He's looking to throw, trying to get some time, still runs across midfield. He will get across, and I believe this will be good for a first down. Yep, up to the 40. And now up to the 38. They officially mark it appears. So it's going to be a Four Seasons Mechanical first down. As we are now under a minute to play here in the opening half.
Yeah, he had a guy right in the open field that he made a miss, which was pretty impressive. And that's a backbreaker for the Hobart defense, right? 3rd down, you got an opportunity, you force the quarterback out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up a first down.
That's going to be one of the first things I'm sure is going to be said in that locker room, is making sure just got to stop those first downs from happening. Short throw up the middle for some positive yardage.
McCormick's pass complete
and
to
looks like
Perez Jr.
Perez Jr. on the catch.
He's brought down by number 31, Nick Dozier.
Try to bring you some more scores here around the half. I know we'll have the Host Connection halftime report, so we'll bring you those scores during that. And we'll
Chesterton.
have a timeout here. We'll go ahead and keep it here. We'll try to get that score up here, and we'll try to get you some of those scores from around the region. Of course, we got 21-3 here for the Trojans in the second. We're bringing that Streck and Vandale hometown scoreboard update. John Glenn up on Boone Grove at 6-0 in the second. We're just going to roll through the credits on there. New Prairie up 14-7 over the LaPorte Slicers. Always an intriguing matchup. New Prairie is always a fun team to watch. Crown Point up 21-0 over the Lowell Red Devils. That other helmet is up for grabs over there yet again. Michigan City up over Warsaw 14-7. That's in the third already. No score over in Portage between them and the Governors. That's a Governors team that, always in there to try to do something positive. Always talking positive about them. This is a pass up to the right, taken ahead. That's Patrick Mokin.
Stop made by number 20.
So it'll be another first down. Another first season's mechanical first down. So 35 seconds to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, they are, we said, or I said, to challenge McCormick's arm, and he's answered the call.
Yeah, and he's meeting that call as well. That's why, this is a Chesterton team that came away 2-8 last year. What we're seeing right now, certainly looks, as you said, anything can break away a little bit here. As a pass going to be incomplete out to the left there. But, a catch here and there, and a break your way, maybe with a bounce or a penalty your way or something like that. It can make you 8-2, as you said.
Yeah, those games in the Duneland Athletic Conference can go either way. Typical good strong teams. It's kind of like the SEC of Northwest Indiana, right?
A little bit. Well, it just feels like, in basketball, it gets a little bit more muddled in the middle, and then with football, there's kind of those tiers. You have your top tier for sure. That's your Valpo, your Crown Point, your Maryville for sure, and your top three. As McCormick runs out to the left, throws ahead, pass is incomplete. Out at the 15-yard line. That was Perez again. Incomplete. But then there's that middle tier, and last year we saw teams like Michigan City and Lake Central was in that tier as well, and then, Chesterton found themselves in kind of unfamiliar territory. Normally they're kind of in that middle tier, aiming towards the top tier in that Duneland Athletic Conference. So we'll see kind of where they stack up in terms of this year. There's a lot of questions in the Duneland. Obviously a Portage team that was at the bottom, not winning a game, but that's always a team, one break here or there. That's going to be an improved team. I know when the committee made their top 10 here for the Region Sports Network, it was they were considered a bubble team. One ahead. Pass is complete.
McCormick's pass complete to number 13.
And that's Govea out there. So and that is how the half is going to end. It is going to be 21-3 in favor of the home standing.
They'll probably call a timeout and kick a field goal here.
Oh, you think they're going to? Yep, 3.5. So what do I know? So Redmond's going to head out there for the field goal.
We got Nathan Ramian on from Los Angeles, California. We got viewers from all over the country. Pennsylvania, Southern Indiana.
This is what happens when you bring a mayor on the broadcast.
I don't think that's true.
It's the dashing good looks they can see on the broadcast. But appreciate wherever you may be tuned in from. We appreciate you turning in. Josh, we had a phenomenal week this past week covering the Cal Ripken 10U World Series, and you're probably thinking to yourself, like 10U baseball. It's not that. Oh my gosh, it is some awesome baseball to watch. So we got to cover that, and there were teams from Germany, Australia, Czech Republic, Panama, all tuned in. And these fans from these countries, it might be 3 a.m, they're tuned in watching. It's awesome.
How exciting.
So Redmond is on. Perez, the holder. The long snapper, I believe, is number 59. As we said, that is Carlos Leon. Here's the kick. And it is no good on the field goal attempt. So it'll stay 21-3, your halftime score, as the Chesterton Trojans are on top on their senior night. So we'll step aside for just a moment. We'll come back with the Host Connections halftime report after this. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Check out the red-hot deals going on right now at Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware. While you're there, sign up for Ace Rewards and unlock more savings. Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week for all your do-it-yourself projects. The trained customer-friendly staff is always on hand to assist with anything you need. Stop in today for expert advice. Visit Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware at 661 Main Street in Hobart. Serving the community as a hardware store since 1991, Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Discover excellence at Moeller Acura of Maryville. Whether you're seeking the thrill of a new Acura or the reliability of a certified pre-owned, we have the perfect vehicle waiting for you. At Moeller Acura, our knowledgeable team is here to provide you with the first-class experience, from your first test drive to every service appointment. Experience luxury, performance, and unparalleled service at Moeller Acura of Maryville, where your journey begins. Visit us today or explore our inventory online at MoellerAcuraofMaryville.com.
Stepping onto the field from the south end zone.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Holiday Rent-A-Car offers a wide variety of newer model cars, vans, and SUVs. Free local customer pickup and drop-offs are available. Debit cards are accepted. Restrictions apply. All rental cars are for sale. Financing is available. Located at 3709 West 37th Avenue in Hobart, Holiday Rent-A-Car is open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Call 219-942-8561 or visit them on the web at holidayrentacar.biz.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Carolyn Chase.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
She set records for most rebounds.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4, ajobdoneright.com. TechCreditUnion1.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Have you checked out Send Your Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Send Your Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit sendtier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Sentier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Sentier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
3 yards.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
And 50.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream LA in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
She participated in the
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. You're watching the Hose Connections Halftime Report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. Michael Brenner back here with Josh Huddleston. Josh, if you go back and look at some of the comments we've seen on our social media pages, just no answer for Brady McCormick right now for the Hobart Brickies. But, you know, if you're a Chesterton fan right now, things are going your way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you come out, and this is probably how you have the game scripted, right? You have Brady McCormick, who's pretty much doing everything he wants to do on offense. He's running the football, running right, running left. He's doing an amazing job, you know, leading it on senior night here as a senior. Hobart is, as we kind of alluded to in the pregame, young, new coaching staff, some working out some kinks and trying to learn what's kind of going on here. So, if you're a Chesterton fan, you're thrilled, you're happy with the product you have on the field, and if you're a Hobart fan, you understand that this is a process.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what some of the fans that are tuned in are kind of realizing. Okay, yeah, young team, want to see some answers maybe here in the second half. What does Coach Schreiber have as a possible answer here going into this second half? And fans are also happy that they're just not looking at any more commercials at this point. We do apologize. We had to make up for because we were having some technical issues. We had to make up to get all of our sponsors in there and our commercials in. So we do apologize for that. But at the same time, that's the only reason we're able to do these games. Or one of the big reasons why we can do these games. But always fun to be able to be here on a Friday night and watching the Trojan, I think they call them the Trojan Guard or the Chesterton Guard here performing part of their competition piece here in just a little while. But yeah, it's one of those things. Week one, we said it was going to be the one who, you know, maybe doesn't make as many mistakes. And, you know, 21-3, we've seen crazier comebacks over the course of over a game. But, you know, right now it seems to kind of be all Chesterton right now, and we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments are made, and maybe it gets to be a little bit closer of a ball game, which makes it a little bit tighter towards the end, especially if we can fix some of the issues that Hobart's dealing with.
Yeah, so you always hear coaches talk about not wanting to play the same team twice, right? And for reasons that the team that won, they don't really change anything, right? They're like, hey, this is what worked, and then the other team that lost makes adjustments. And oftentimes you see that in the football game, right? You go into half. This game's not out of reach for the Brickies. They make the adjustments. Chesterton says, hey, let's stick to what we've been doing. And so it'll be a cat and mouse game on the flip side. And also you have Coach Schreiber, who doesn't have much film on him, right? You don't know what he can do. Was that offense that they were running, or defense that they were running, or something that they were just trying out, or something like, hey, let's see what this looks like. So this game is young still. A couple stops, a couple non-missed tackles, and some punts, and this game could be different. So while the score is 21-3, the game appears to be closer than what it is.
I would agree with you in that sense. I know the score looks kind of bloated, but we saw some positive things towards the end of the half because it started bad for the Brickies right off the bat. I mean, it was negative yardage, it was penalties right off the bat, but that has since kind of stopped. It's been more positive yardage, not nearly as many penalties, not as many issues like those kind of stuff. So it's just kind of finally getting those things squared away, getting those passes completed, trying to find those holes in the defense for Chesterton. And there's not many of them right now, it feels like. But you came close. I mean, you got a field goal. You came close down here on the field. Maybe try to mix it up a little bit. We thought maybe there would be benefit of a throw. We saw the run. We're up here. It's easy to judge when we're up here. But there were some positives to take away in that half. So trying to just expand on those. And that's probably what Coach Schreiber's saying. Like, hey, we did some good things late in that half. Now let's take that and try to get some more points out of it.
Yeah, there were some obviously some positive things that happened and that occurred for the Brickies, but also we talked about the new staff. I've talked about it at length, but also just the communication amongst your staff from the press box to the field, and you don't get that in a scrimmage. You don't get that in the off season. So while the players are working out kinks on the field, the coaching staff is working out kinks. This Chesterton group, by and large, has been together for some while. So that factors in as well.
Well, and we talked about at the Tech Tailgate show earlier this week. One of the things that also plays a factor, and you're well aware of this, but teams like Hobart, places like Lowell, those are just powerhouses when it comes to the fan bases having their teams back. Chesterton is up there. They don't get credit for that in a lot of ways, but I can assure you, when I was talking to Coach Peterson earlier in the game, we were looking at like, oh, people really aren't filling the stands yet. It was going to come. Chesterton is one of those schools where they're kind of underrated for having a very, very solid fan base.
Yeah, very solid fan base across all sports for them. Yep. We got to listen to the 24 inductees in the Hall of Fame, and they got baseball, swimming, basketball, wrestling was in there too as well. And so, this is a rich tradition at Chesterton. These fans are very, very prideful, and they're going to show up and they're going to make things happen.
And then we've also got, Hobart, obviously one of the places. If you want to go watch football on a Friday night, Hobart is one of those places. There is no question about it. All right, we are going to. We don't get the cheerleaders all too much, so we're going to talk through it. We'll let you kind of watch these athletes as well. We'll give you some updates here on a Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. We got John Glenn up on Boone Grove 6-3 in the third. As you are watching the Hose Connection halftime report. Brought to you by the Hose Connections. They are proven under pressure. New Prairie up on the port 21-7. Crown Point all over Lowell in the first half, 35-0. That team is just a rock and roll team, that Crown Point team. They go into the state championship a year ago. I got to go watch them get their runner-up ring ceremony, and they're just doing things differently than everyone else right now. They are bringing in top-notch coaches, and players are just performing out of their shoes. The facilities are phenomenal. And that's not to say nobody else has those, but it's just booming in Crown Point right now. It's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, that they are, if you will, the kind of the gold standard in terms of kind of what's going on in sports, and they're starting to keep up. You want to compete with some schools around Indy and those areas. You got to be able to have those types of facilities, and so interesting to see how everything over at the Hub is shaken out, and a really good football program led by Coach Buzzio is a really, really phenomenal coach. So and Noah Ehrlich, who a Miami commit, who's a great quarterback, but he's even a better kid off the field, and lifeguards at the Hobart pool, just a great kid. So
yeah, we got to talk to him at that ceremony, and he told us some great stories and some great information just about the season and his relationship with not only the coaching staff at Crown Point, but he credited a lot to Hobart here as well. So it was so much fun to talk to him. But we're going to step aside for just a moment. On the other side, we'll get ready for that Quintel kickoff to start the second half. So you are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Cagney's in Hobart offers a fun atmosphere to watch a game on one of its many big screen TVs. While there, fans can enjoy selections from a full menu of comfort foods, including nachos, sandwiches, and more. Planning on staying late? No problem. The kitchen at Cagney's is open from 11 a.m. till midnight, and Cagney's offers daily food specials every day of the week. Cagney's is located at 236 Main Street in Hobart, and they can always be found on Facebook. Cagney's, a proud sponsor of the Brickies. For over 50 years, family-owned Budd Insurance Agency in Hobart has been providing insurance services and protection to Northwest Indiana. With protection provided by Auto Owners Insurance, Dave, Bob, and Mike can custom fit a policy to meet a person's needs. The friendly and knowledgeable staff at Budd Insurance treats each client with personal attention, making your visit a pleasant one. Stop by 615 West 3rd Street in Hobart or give them a call at 942-1028. And you can always visit them on the web at buddinsagency.com.
Family owned and operated since 1969, Holiday Rent-A-Car offers a wide variety of newer model cars, vans, and SUVs. Free local customer pickup and drop-offs are available. Debit cards are accepted. Restrictions apply. All rental cars are for sale. Financing is available. Located at 3709 West 37th Avenue in Hobart, Holiday Rent-A-Car is open Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Call 219-942-8561 or visit them on the web at holidayrentacar.biz.
Certified financial planner Tim O'Brien is your Edward Jones financial advisor. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why financial advisor Tim O'Brien is a proud supporter of Hobart football on the Region Sports Network. Call 219-947-8208 or stop by his office at 1455 South Lake Park Avenue across from St. Mary's Hospital for all your investment needs. Go Brickies! Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brander back here with Josh Huddleston. Zach Sinelli working the production today. Scott Stesso working the camera. Got the crew out here tonight at Chesterton High School. We're trying to compete with the PA system here at the high school because we're outside the press box. We're hanging out outside enjoying this wonderful football weather. I don't know about you. I prefer this because there's been years where we're outside and we are sweating.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. We're hanging out with the fans. Had some people stop by the booth.
I was going to say, you're getting hugs, and then I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I'll take one, and they're just, no, they're good.
We are out here in the, it's a gorgeous night in the region.
Phenomenal. Make sure you stay with the Region Sports Network after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. Catch up with the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centier Bank studio right after the game. I believe Mike Zamia's back at the studio.
They got the A-team on the Chesterton game, though, right? You are the A-team.
I think that A might be upside down somehow, the V-team or something. I don't know. I don't know about the A-team.
It's the first night. So
we're the politics team. We'll go to I'm a social studies teacher. You're the mayor.
There you go.
We'll go to the politics team.
We get Region Sports getting the kinks out. It's working it out here.
It's week one for us, too, just like the players and the coaches. And
I said before the broadcast, I'm a little nervous for this. I said I was a little, it's the first night for us too.
Yeah, you've never said that before a game, and I've worked with you a few times now, and I tell you, it happens when you have a little bit of invested in a team. When I got to call that Lake Central State Championship team, I had a slight investment, just knowing a lot of those kids on that team, and I said to some of the guys in the press room before the game, I said, I'm nervous for this game. So I don't normally get nervous before broadcasts, but.
And here at Region Sports, we try to deliver the best possible product that we can for the viewers that put their trust in us to deliver a good product. And, we're not always perfect, don't always, sometimes we miss some numbers, but we're out here trying to do the best that we can to deliver a good product for the viewers.
Well, and the best thing is, too, we go out to all these different places and travel around Northwest Indiana and the state, and, it becomes a family atmosphere. I thought Zach Zanelli was going to shake his head at me going, I ain't related to you. But I got him to smile. That's always a good sign on a broadcast. All right, kicking things away. Langford will give the ball to Chesterton to start the half. And picking it up inside the 5-yard line and running this one out. Trying to build some momentum here in the start of the second half. So Chesterton will take it shy of the 20-yard line. We talked about Hobart doing a little bit better job at the end of that half, kind of pinning them back a little bit and getting them to start further back on the field.
Yeah, field position is a huge thing in a football game, and Chesterton started, about near midfield for their first 2 drives, and they were able to get the pay dirt. So the times they were deep in their territory, they didn't necessarily have that success.
McCormick keeps, and he gets thrown down behind the sticks.
Down in the backfield. For number 19, Aiden Cash.
Aiden Cash is 6'4" sophomore, big, strong kid. Hobart is very bullish on him and his abilities, and they're hoping for big things out of Aiden Cash.
So that's one good positive start here on the defensive side for Hobart. By the way, we thank you for tuning into the Coves Connections halftime report. They're on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. They're proven under pressure. We'll see what McCormick does here under pressure. He throws this one ahead out to his left.
McCormick's pass complete to
caught.
Govea.
That's Govea for his first catch of the second half.
Number 0,
but more
Logan
positive
Peter.
yardage for the Trojans.
And Jalen Williams is in the game. I saw him on that tackle, which we had talked about. In Hobart, they were battling some adversity with some guys out, some injuries. And so seeing Jalen Williams back, who is a guy that could fly around the field and make a lot of plays.
Yeah, he had to sit the first half, but he's in here now. So that should be a difference maker for the Hobart Brickies. McCormick, he runs ahead, breaking some tackles. That's at least 2, maybe 3. He's going to meet more defensive players, and he's out across the 40. He's just not going down. Bryce Tolliver in there to finally take him down.
Other play is a Trojan.
Yeah, football, they always say who can block and tackle better. Hobart's having a difficult time wrapping up Brady tonight. I mean, he broke 4 tackles on that play. They had him wrapped up for maybe a 1-2 yard gain.
And we've got an injury on the other side of the field. He was down at this end. That's Andres Castillo for Hobart, so we'll have a timeout. So that gives us a chance to talk about some of those sponsors we've been talking about. Make sure you visit regionsports.com and Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network, YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For all your home's exterior, visit ebergexteriors.com. That's Berg with a U, B-U-R-G, exteriors.com. And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers, presented by NECA, IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County, a subsidiary of Powering America, consisting of craftsmen from the International Brotherhood of Electricians and their signatory contractors. Visit poweringindiana.org to find out more. Love it. Love peak performers. Brady McCormick has been a peak performer in this one. Keeps, throws to his left. This ball is loose, but it was a completed pass, I believe, so they would just rule that it's, or they may rule that it's incomplete, as Govea dropped it. He had it for a moment and then dropped it.
They did rule it incomplete. I thought he had it, made a football move, but I don't think he fully had it. It's kind of tough to see up here.
I was looking through these these binoculars here, and it looked like he kind of had like fingertips on it, but I don't know if they would necessarily consider it fully in the hands of Govea.
They've had a lot of success in that fake, quick short game. That guy just kind of finding a little empty pocket in the zone, and that's been a go-to play for McCormick when he's got to go to the air.
So second down coming up here for the Trojans. We'll have timeout taken by the Trojans. So another timeout here. So both teams using, well, at least this time Chesterton using a timeout.
Early. I'll tell you, Hobart is in a unique position from an athletic standpoint. New football coach, Eric Schreiber. New baseball coach.
Yeah.
Coach Wineland will be taking over them. New boys basketball coach, Devin Key. A new girls varsity basketball coach, Gregory. So there's a lot of new faces at Hobart High School and a lot of good people that are going to be leading the organizations.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, it's tough when you're the fan base. And, Hobart's a fan base that, and I feel confident saying that, they expect a lot every single year. And that's fair. They should, you're a pretty storied program. But sometimes, you got to let growing pains happen from time to time and let coaches kind of get their system and work here. And I know they're a very, Hobart's a very smart fan base as well, so they know that. But they still expect results every year and, high expectations. As I'm sure any coach wants it. They want to be held accountable. As McCormick runs ahead, gets a few positive yards here on second down. They're throwing T-shirts into the crowd, and I don't know if the cheerleaders can make it all the way up here, but we'll try. I know Crown Point has like a
cannon.
They have like the robotics team that will use some kind of a machine that will fire them into the crowd.
I'll tell you, that was a speed option left. Brady put his foot in the ground and turned up, and he was met. That was a pretty big hit right there in the middle of the field.
One of these days we'll get a T-shirt. So 3rd down and 6 coming here. Under 10 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Lateral out to Govea, tries to break the tackle, being held there by the foot, and then he gets taken down at the 45. And you can see some of the Hobart players on their side. They are pumped. That's a big stop for Hobart.
Yeah, I tell you right now that is a, if you're the Hobart faithful, the Hobart fan base and the Hobart players, that's a pretty massive victory on 3rd down to get a stop. And this is the first time we'll see Chesterton's punt team.
McCormick in punt formation for the Trojans. Back deep for the Brickies.
So McCormick, not only is he the quarterback, he's the punter as well. So he'll kick this one away. He had 16 punts a season ago for over 560 yards. He had 5 inside the 20, and he's going to start with 1 here in 2024. I like when he's sling and run. He can kick it as well.
Yeah, and he's a baseball player, too. He's got a pretty good athlete. He's the son of Wally, the defensive coordinator.
From their own 16-yard line.
So it's he grew up around playing around, sports and football. And
kind of reminds me of a young Josh Huddleston,
No way. No way.
Dominating on every field and surface.
I couldn't punt.
Well, that's the only thing you couldn't do? All right. That's, we'll forgive you on that one. Can you skate, though? That's the question.
I cannot skate.
All right, we got to get Region Sports to get him to skate one time. We got to watch this.
Like roller skate or roller blade? I could probably rollerblade. I can't roller skate.
I'll take whatever at this point.
It's a big drive for the Brickies.
Yes. So we'll start things up here inside the 20. Tatum looking to throw early on here. He's going to throw to the sideline. Pass is going to be complete. Out across midfield. That's a big pickup to start things up. Connor Stafford with the catch outside of the 50.
Yeah, I think he caught the Chesterton defense by surprise. Schreiber coming out, dialing up a pass play deep in his territory, caught the defense, and Connor Stafford showing his speed.
So doing his thing out there, but that's just a good start right off the bat. Kind of builds the momentum for Tatum there. I mean, because that's when you have a quarterback maybe that hasn't gotten all the completions that kind of a completion right off the bat. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Hobart here as that play clock was winding down.
Timeout.
That's a tough timeout to you get a big play, got a lot of momentum, and then you have to burn a timeout. But once again, those are growing pains.
Yeah, because you want to be able to get right up and push one down the throat a little bit there and get a run play maybe, or just get something going to keep the momentum on your side and keep the Chesterton defense on their toes. And now you give them a chance to get a little bit of a rest here, and they'll get the set in their positions. But a big pickup for the Brickies, biggest of the night, to Stafford. Out across the 50, so they're at the 40-yard line right now. 1st and 10 from the 40.
I'll tell you, that was a great throw by Alex Tatum with the play-action fake, and was able to throw it down the field. I tell you, I've seen Alex Tatum work in the concession stand at the Hobart Little League field, throwing those popsicles to those kids. So he does it all on the field and off the field.
Those are good warm-ups. Maybe he can get one of those up here.
That's right. It's a beautiful night for her.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There's the snap. Handoff. Pickett off to the right. Runs ahead and gets 2 yards on the play. Don't forget, we will have the Crow Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. They are proud to recognize the superheroes right here on the gridiron. We've got the Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And, of course, we got the play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network.
I'll tell you, Chesterton's defense is doing a phenomenal job containing the outside, forcing everything back into the middle.
Couple guys in motion for Hobart. Here is the snap. Big handoff. Throws to his right. Pass is going to be incomplete out to the right for Tatum.
For Leonard falls
Looked like
incomplete.
Leonard was the intended target.
That looked like kind of an RPO, which for those, if you hear that term on Saturdays and Sundays, it's a run-pass option. Looked like he had the option to run or pass, and just put a little too much sauce on that
Trojan
one.
fans, make some noise.
That's what sometimes when you kind of think like, hey, maybe I've got this, and all of a sudden you're like, they're getting ready to throw, and you see it close. You're like, maybe I don't. I don't know.
It's a high-level play. I mean, these high school kids are making it look easy, but I remember when it first came out, it was like, it was a very bizarre concept, but a lot of teams are starting to adopt it, and these quarterbacks are making it look easier and easier every year.
And we will have a whistle here as we do have some flags. Those were starting to calm down a little bit as we do have a delay of game by the Brickies, and those are, we talk about those growing pains. Those are just those little mistakes that you just can't afford. You're having a solid drive. You just got to try to minimize those as much as possible.
Trojan fans, let's get loud.
So they are trying to get the Trojan fans here on the side of the defense. A couple wide receivers to the left. Pickett to the left. He's going to block. Pass up the middle, looking for Leonard. It's going to be too long.
Tatum's pass intended for
in
Leonard.
there,
Falls
almost
incomplete.
making the catch out there for Chesterton was number 21. That is Jude Palm.
I'll tell you, Rivera from his linebacker spot timed that snap perfect.
Yeah.
He was in the backfield, and Tatum just had to get rid of it and threw it before he wanted to.
Deep for the Trojans, C.J. Perez Jr.
So Perez back, Langford on to kick. 7:02 left to go here in the third quarter. And the kick is going to be, it's going to bounce at the goal line, and it's going to bounce back into the field of play. It bounced right at the 1 yard line and bounced right back towards the field. What a kick for Langford.
That is why he's getting looks at the next level. It's that type of those type of kicks that get you noticed right there. I mean, I was watching it. It's like a good pitching wedge, they call it. He hit it and backed it right up perfect inside the. If you can get it inside the 10-yard line is impressive. Getting it inside the 5 is phenomenal.
Tell you what, we talked about sometimes you just you need something to kind of go your way a little bit there. That's one that opens the door for Hobart a little bit. That's a bounce that goes your way. Got to take advantage here.
I think Chesterton's not going to be happy having to punt last time, so I think they're going to come out and try to go back to just running the football like they had success in the first half. And they're in a power. Here we go. They're in a power tree formation.
Handoff. Jutting ahead for a positive yardage near the 10-yard line. It's going to be taken up to the 9. McCormick in on the run out to his right.
No subs. They're probably going to stay right in this power formation.
And this is one of those things, too. You talk about week 1 wanting to get, you work on certain drills and work on certain things. But the other factor is, if you're a team, you don't want to put too much on film because then more teams can watch those things and see what they have in your playbook. So you kind of get caught on, do you want to empty the whole playbook here? Is this one is going to be positive for a couple of yards here? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Michael, I think there's two schools of thought there, right? So there's one school like let's keep our cards close to our chest, and there's another where you just show everything and make the other team prepare for everything.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
We've talked about this in the past. These are high school kids. They get a couple hours a week practicing. Barely watching film and practicing it. They're not like a college or NFL team where they're studying the other team in great detail. And so, sometimes you just have to line up and be some vanilla and just let kids be kids and play football.
McCormick with some room to run, gets a good hole. You talk about that offensive line for Chesterton, and haven't had a chance to name them.
Is a Trojan.
I'm going to make sure I get these names right. So one of those, number 77, that is Tyler Nieves. You got Hunter Booza, Carlos Leon, and then Ryan Gray and Braxton Ozug. That's your offensive line right there. Dylan Bradford, the tight end as well for Chesterton. So they are a very, very close-knit group as McCormick. I'm sorry, that's Govea with room to run up to the 30, out across the 40. Big pickup for Chesterton.
Knocked out of bounds.
Got the handoff and runs ahead and gets the big play for the Trojans.
The results of the play.
Yeah, that's a straight dive give, and he cut right back, found the grain, cut right back, and he can move. He's got some wheels.
He's got one of the 3 touchdowns already today for Chesterton. Brady McCormick has 2 of the 3. We had mentioned Govea had 65 rushes a season ago, 270 yards. He had a long of 24. And I will be the first one to apologize to you. I have yet to master the idea of keeping score while also broadcasting. So Govea gets it again, so I don't know how many yards he's got tonight. So apologies on that, folks. You'll see the totals at the end of it. Somebody's keeping it somewhere.
We're so focused on delivering such a good quality product to the fans that's hard to keep both going.
That's a good way to put it for just my inadequacy of just not being able to do things at once. 4:25 to go here in the third. And then there's math that gets included in that as well, so adding and subtracting. And there's a run ahead for Summer, who gets up to the 40-yard line, so that's going to be another Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
I tell you, this Chesterton offensive line is doing a fabulous job of just they are just opening up hole after hole after hole. They're able to do what they want. When you have blocking like this is, it makes calling plays easy. As a running back, makes running behind linemen like this, makes it easy, makes you look really good.
Govea again runs ahead up to the 34-yard line. So that Four Seasons Mechanical first down we just saw was brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Calm, and they're 4 yards away from another Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, the linebackers, they're getting out on the linebackers. Running backs aren't on this drive are not getting hit till they're at 5 yards.
Just over 3 minutes to go here in the third. We've not seen a score yet here in this second half. Summer out across the 30.
Summer carries the ball.
And he gets up near the 25, just shy of the 25. So it'll be another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Again, visit them on their web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
You're talking about this. This is a drive that Chesterton was looking for in the second half. Started at their 4 yard line, and they are driving and driving through the run. They just continue to methodically utilize that offensive line to open holes, and they're just methodically working their way down the field.
McCormick hands off again. Govea up to the 20-yard line and across. So it's going to be just shy of that Four Seasons Mechanical first down. But they are certainly in Four Seasons Mechanical down territory. So this is 4-down territory here, and they've entered the Four Seasons Mechanical 4-down territory, sponsored by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
I got to thank the Chesterton Trojans for the hospitality tonight. Pizza, water, beautiful weather.
Can't beat it. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Summer
carries the ball.
Stopped immediately. So right at the 20-yard line. So trying to enter that red zone as well. And appreciate Deb tuning in. Appreciate your positivity toward us. We're doing the best we possibly can.
Kazim, number 70, the man at the nose guard. We found out earlier today he's from England.
Yeah.
That's his second year playing football.
Always love good stories like that. Yeah, you get thrusted into a brand new type of sport. You don't really play a whole lot over there across the pond. As McCormick juts ahead, he will get that Four Seasons Mechanical first down. Just another positive game. I love watching. The last couple of years we've watched Brady McCormick do his thing here for the Chesterton Trojans, and yeah, he's rotated it with Sebastian Boswell and other guys over the course of time, and it's still fun to watch some of the best in their craft kind of do their thing out there. No matter who you're talking about, what sport you're talking about, and Chesterton has had a lot of those players in various sports. Quick hand. Nope, it's a keep for the quarterback as McCormick runs ahead. He gets inside the 5, pushing his way through, and gets taken down inside the 5. And
dropped at the 2-yard line.
The clock has stopped here.
Jalen Williams
at 42.6.
I was going to say he's going to want the ball back on this one. He was telling the coach, run the play again. When you get that close after a big, powerful run, you want the ball back. Any running back, quarterback position like that, they want the ball back.
They do have to run a play because the play clock is at 18. The game clock is at 23 right now. Snap. McCormick keeps, runs ahead. He is stopped just at the 1-yard line, so that is how the third quarter is going to come to an end. There is a player down, so they're going to stop the clock with 1.4 for an official's timeout. We do have someone down, and we'll focus on that in just a little bit, but again, plenty to keep an eye on here throughout this game. It's always fun to be in Trojan territory. Chesterton, one of the great communities here in Northwest Indiana that supports their team, and always love coming out here. We always get, like you said, the hospitality, we always get treated so well here in Chesterton. Always taking care of us, and we're outside today, but we're okay with it because it is a beautiful night, as we've mentioned. That Four Seasons Mechanical heating and cooling forecast. It's dropped down to 70 degrees, but still feels really good here. And I believe they've officially marked the end of the third quarter because they put 12 minutes on the clock. So I think they have marked the end of the third quarter. So we will step aside. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Check out the red hot deals going on right now at Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware. While you're there, sign up for Ace Rewards and unlock more savings. Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week for all your do-it-yourself projects. The trained customer-friendly staff is always on hand to assist with anything you need. Stop in today for expert advice. Visit Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware at 661 Main Street in Hobart. Serving the community as a hardware store since 1991, Hobart Lumber Ace Hardware, the helpful place.
Discover excellence at Moeller Acura of Maryville. Whether you're seeking the thrill of a new Acura or the reliability of a certified pre-owned, we have the perfect vehicle waiting for you. At Moeller Acura, our knowledgeable team is here to provide you with the first-class experience, from your first test drive to every service appointment. Experience luxury, performance, and unparalleled service at Moeller Acura of Maryville, where your journey begins. Visit us today or explore our inventory online at MoellerAcuraofMaryville.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
Make sure
Yep.
We're live.
Welcome back to game night here on the Region Sports Network. I'm trying to get the number of our injured player. He is on a cart being taken off the field, so he'll get a nice hand from the crowd, and it is going to be, making sure I see that number definitively. And that's going to be Hunter Booza, who is on that offensive line. So, this is something, we talked about. I was told pregame by the coaches, they said, keep an eye on this offensive line. They are big-time close. They are a good offensive line. They are a very tight-knit group, and now they've lost one of the members, so we'll see how it comes in response. According to our depth chart, we had Logan Donahue, who is the backup, so we'll see if he's in there on the offensive line. It should be the left guard. Sandra Booza on our depth chart was listed as the left guard, so he will come out of the game. Hopefully nothing too serious, and we're not going to speculate anything. It looked like they were working on the left knee, but we're not going to speculate, and we're hoping that he can get out there, as I do see Logan Donahue out there to get on the line. And they are 1 yard out from punching this thing in at the start of the fourth quarter to go up 27-3. So they will work on doing that. Handoff and in as McCormick keeps it for his third touchdown of the night.
Yeah, I mean, that was just simple run power football. They played a game of numbers, had more guys, more bodies to the point of attack, and just Brady got behind, put his hand on his lineman, and just pushed his way right into the end zone.
On for the point after touchdown attempt to number 46.
So Redmond on to
Mace
kick
Redmond.
the extra point. Perez the holder. There's the snap, the hold, and the kick is blocked. So it'll be a 27-3 ball game here. 5 seconds into the fourth quarter. We'll step aside for just a moment. You are watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Your score.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Michael Brenner here along with the mayor, Josh Huddleston. I used to call Matt Wells that. He was like the mayor because he would do PCC games and everyone would come up to him and talk to him. But I officially have to give him a new title now because now we officially have a mayor here with the Region Sports Network. As Redmond kicks that away. That ball is picked up by Leonard. Breaks a couple of tackles, trying to get out of trouble. Still pushing his way ahead. He gets up to
Leonard returns the kickoff.
they give it to him at the 30-yard line there.
Number 14, Alex Zaris.
Again, as we mentioned before, we have some of the best officials here in this one. Andy Simpson, Chris Walsh, Christopher Walsh, Kevin Mikesell, and then we've got Joe Gower as well.
Here's what you find out a lot about both teams, right? 27-3, 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. What team do you have? You have a team that's going to lay down, or you have a team that's going to continue to play through the fourth quarter?
Tatum throws ahead, finds Stafford out across the 45. Well, early on here, Josh is looking like they're not giving up. They're still going to make the plays.
Yeah, it's a first game of the season. That, like I said earlier, you want to see what you could do here. Different situation. Great pass by Tatum there. He faked it, flipped his hips, and threw an absolute dart to Connor Stafford there.
Condor in on the tackle that time. So about 11:20 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Tatum claps the hands, gets the ball, steps back, throws deep down the field, looking for Leonard. Gets him into the end zone for the touchdown.
Into the end zone for the breaking
Aiden Leonard ran a phenomenal route there on that play, double move, and there was a great pitch and catch, and the Brickies said, "We are not done yet."
So you said, are we going to, is this going to be a team that rolls over? There is no signs of that
Absolutely,
early on here.
Absolutely not, and that means they're well coached. It's pretty. That's what you look for when, if you're a coach, that's what you want to see right there. A team that has no quit in them.
53-yard touchdown to Aiden Leonard. Pretty impressive display there. He had 24 catches last year, over 380 yards, and a touchdown. And now he's got one week one here, going for the 2-point play, and they're going to come up short on the play. So it'll be 27-9 here with 11:04 left to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside. You're watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. We got another Quintel kickoff for you. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. I was ready to pump it up. Chesterton's ready to pump it up. They're getting the ball back here with 11:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Langford out to kick this one. This is an interesting setup here.
So a little onside kick.
We'll find out. It's got to go 10 yards.
It's very suspenseful.
They're going to try. Ball bounces. It's picked up by Leonard. So a successful onside kick.
Langford's onside kick is recovered by number 10, Aiden Leonard.
You can't draw it up any better than that. Bounced two small bounces, one big one right over, and Aiden Leonard, he's catching everything tonight.
That's no kidding. Catches 53-yard passes, catches onside kicks. You know, we mentioned things have to just kind of bounce your way. We saw that ball kind of bounce at the near the goal line there. I mean, eventually the Trojans come down. They eat a lot of clock in the third quarter there, but this time it bounces in their favor, and they get it here. So we'll pick it up at the 48-yard line with Hobart's offense back out there. Tatum, empty backfield. Looks to throw, looks for the deep ball. Looking for Leonard again. It's going to be just off the fingertips, out beyond the 15.
Yeah, Chesterton got home there on a blitz package and hit Tatum as he was releasing that ball. So kudos to Chesterton. They Hobart went empty. Chesterton pinned their ears back and brought some pressure and were able to get home and force an errant throw.
So for the first time this year, we got a Quintel kickoff for
an onside kick.
Onside kick, yeah, not too shabby. So we'll see what Hobart's got here under 11 minutes to play here in the fourth. Looking for the pass again. This one's going to go off to the left, but we do have a flag on the play, and I believe we may have
Stafford is incomplete.
A roughing the passer play. Is that what we're going to see here?
Yeah, it looks like they maybe hit him to the head potentially.
Roughing the passer on Chesterton.
Now I haven't kept track. I don't know if that's the first penalty against Chesterton, but certainly one of very few in this game.
Yeah, well coached ball club.
That flag's still sitting there at the 44.5-yard line. Maybe Simpson will pick it up. Tell you what, you go talk to Andy Simpson. He is a ball of energy, such a positive guy. Always wants to know how things are going in your life before you ask him about his.
Those are always the best people, right?
He's phenomenal. Tatum with Pickett to his left. Looking to throw down the field. He's looking for Leonard, and it's over his head, and we'll have contact out there, but no flag. Well, he was looking for Leonard, and Leonard hadn't turned his head far enough, but it was over his head anyway.
Yeah, it looked like the pressure got home, and Tatum had to get rid of it a second before probably he wanted to, and maybe he overthrew him a tad, but the pressure is getting home. So Hobart's got to maybe keep an extra guy in here to block to give Tatum a little more time because these routes look like they're coming open. He just needs another second or two. That's always tough right there. You got some momentum going in a tight ball game. Having to call a timeout knowing that you'll probably need that at some point later in the game.
Yeah, just those, we talked about before, those growing pains, just those little things. So we're going to step aside for just a moment. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is 4seasons.
Tatum out to his left. Running ahead, getting a few positive yards here before he runs out of bounds. As we welcome you back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network. Make sure you stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. Catch up on all the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centier Bank studio right after the game.
Trojan fans, let's get loud. It's third down.
This is absolutely 4-down territory, so whatever play you draw up, you know you have another play thereafter. So the playbook, every play in your playbook is available, whether it be running play, passing play, because you know that you're going to go for it on 4th down.
So Tatum with Pickett to his right this time. Looking to throw. We've got a whistle and a flag. We mentioned sending it back to the Centier Bank studio. We've got Mike Zamia as a false start here against Hobart. Mike Zamia back at the studio. He'll have that region wrap-up for you, along with Doug Aschenbaugh as well, and then Justin Cole doing the producing. And
Dougie's back in the booth?
Well, he's at the studios, Centier Bank Studios, and then you got Skibbs working on the scoreboard as well. And if I know anything about Mike Zamia and Skibbs working together in the studio, there has been at least one bet or two on the outcome of a game. It's usually over some kind of a meal. As Tatum runs ahead. Yeah, usually they will bet a meal of some kind.
By Chase Stabas and Roberto Stabalito.
Sometimes it's a score update. Sometimes it's how many yards a guy might get in a game or something like that.
4th down. This is a critical play, not necessarily for the outcome of the game, which obviously it is important, but what does your team do and how do they respond with the pressure situation on 4th down?
This is Four Seasons Mechanical down at territory for sure. Under 10 minutes to play. Tatum looking to throw, has time, throws out to his left, looking for the end zone, and the ball is going to fall incomplete, but flags will litter the end zone.
It's crazy that back when they say throwing a football, 3 things could happen, and 2 of them are negative.
The pass intended for Leonard falls
in today's football, there's a pass has 4 things can happen, and offensive pass interference is one of them.
So I believe they have announced offensive pass interference. Is that what they did?
Defensive.
They did call it defensive. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, defensive against the Trojans. Excuse me.
But,
sorry, Josh, I was also Zach Miller doing some troubleshooting back in the studios as well. Zach Miller, a new Swiss Army knife for the Region Sports Network. Does a little bit of everything for everybody. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was saying now, they always talked about running the football is superior than passing because the three things that could happen bad when you pass. But pass interference is a fourth thing that can't happen, and it paid dividends for Hobart on that pass.
Well, and it gives him a four-season mechanical first down here. Low snap. Gets hit as he throws out to the right. It's going to be too far. Again, intended for Leonard. And he got hit as he threw, but he gets back up. And he's going to go get the signs here. 9:42 left to go. So this will be 2nd down and 10.
I tell you, for this being Tatum's first start, he's really growing up before our eyes tonight.
Yeah.
You talk about the presence in the pocket, and he has gotten hit pretty hard on a number of pass plays, and he gets back up, looks to the sidelines like he's excited to go for the next play. So kudos to Alex Tatum tonight for being just a true warrior out there.
And a sophomore as well. Gets the snap. Again, looking to throw. Throws up the middle, into the end zone, and just off the fingertips in the end zone. He was looking for Williams.
Intended for Jalen Williams.
Football's a game of inches?
Yes. Just off those fingertips there. So we will have 3rd down and 10. So here, Josh, are you looking for the stick, or do you go back for the end zone again?
They've had some opportunities. Yeah. They've just been inches away, which you think that you get those cleaned up at some point over the course of your season. And so, this is a different Hobart team in the second half tonight.
Way to not answer my question, by the way.
Go to the end zone.
Very, very, very political of you.
Go to the end zone.
Go to the end zone. There it is. Okay. And we will have flags.
There's a coach down in Florida by the name of Billy Napier, and he says, scared money don't make money, right? Sometimes you got to go for it all.
Delay of game.
We'll have a delay of game against the Brickies. And, I feel like that kind of thing right there is what we've seen out of this rivalry the last number of years, except normally it was both teams doing it Hobart did it to itself. Chesterton did it a number of times. This year, Chesterton hasn't really done that to themselves.
Well coached tonight. Chesterton has played a really solid football game.
So it backs him up to the 21. So 3rd down and 15. Tatum steps up, tries to run away, gets out of the pressure. He gets spun at the 20-yard line.
Stop is made.
So he can't get back to the original line of scrimmage. So he picks up really just a yard there on after the penalty. So it'll be 4th down here.
And the field goal team has come on to the field.
Langford is on.
Looks like Hobart tried to set up a screen there, but really good screen defense by the Chesterton Trojans. That's on those 3rd and longs, that's usually what the defense is looking for. Typically a screen.
And honestly, for the most part, did a good job getting out of the initial pressure. Just didn't have much more room after that initial pressure. So the back line, if you will, for Chesterton as this ball is up, and it is no good on the field goal attempt. So we will take a quick time out. Do you want to, Zach, or we'll keep it here? We're going to keep it right here. 8:47 to go, and now for the Chesterton Trojans, all they need to do right now is kind of just work the clock. They need to make sure they kind of get this one out here. There's 8:47, so you got a lot of work to do, but just try to get as much time as possible. So I foresee a lot of running. Not that we haven't seen that already out of the Chesterton Trojans.
Yeah, they've kind of mixed it up a little bit more in the second half, but they're going to lean on that strong offensive line where their strength's at and look to pound the football and just chew the clock up. They call this the 4-minute drill. Can you put the game on ice?
McCormick
keeps
runs
the ball.
ahead. Only gets a yard on the pickup.
Tackle made by number 62, Andres Castillo.
Streck and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. Lake Central up 38-0 over the Munster Mustangs here in week 1. Thank you, Joe Stanish, for sending those updates.
That makes your heart happy?
Absolutely. I try not to show my fandom too much, but especially when I get to call their games, got to be neutral. This one up ahead, a pass complete out across the 25-yard line. And Govea with another reception here on this one.
Oftentimes when you call a game for your your hometown, sometimes you're more of a critic than a neutral party.
I've been accused both ways. I'm okay with it. So 7:35 here to go as the clock continues to wind down here, but Chesterton definitely needs to get that first down.
Govea carries the ball.
Govea carries the ball, and he gets that first down, so a Four Seasons Mechanical first down.
Tackle made by Logan Peters.
Yeah, and
But
this
not
is
before the result of the play is a Trojan first down.
that is the your 4-minute offense, slow in the huddle, slow breaking the line, trying to use every second of the clock that you can.
Four Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. Appreciate them joining us yet again this season. Handoff on the run, and a yard of pickup.
Stop made by the Brickies, number 19, Aiden Cash.
So Cash in on the tackle.
I will tell you that the offensive line of Chesterton is very good.
And that's something that we were told about early on, that they were a very close team, and that they would be impressive for their senior quarterback.
You got Ryan Gray, senior, 6'6", 315. That is a force to be reckoned with.
Some good size there for an old lineman. McCormick keeps runs to his right, out across the 40.
McCormick carries the ball for the Trojans.
So just shy of a first down, but it'll be third down and short for the Trojans. And we're talking to the staff earlier a little bit, Josh, about the new turf here at Chesterton as well. Looks pretty impressive, not going to lie. The Trojan logo right at the 15.
Yeah, the field looks great, and also, I mean, the turf is so new with the track. The track doesn't even have lines on it.
Yeah. I don't know if we can kind of, after this play, we'll have Scott Stessel zoom out and show the track, the non-track lines. So McCormick keeps, runs ahead, trying to get that first down. He's right at that marker, I believe.
Kind of has like a NASCAR look to it.
He's going to zoom out.
But not before
there it is.
Of the play is a Trojan.
No lines on the track. So if you ever wonder what a track looks like without lines, there you go.
It looks like the Indy 500. And
there you go. Oh, perfect. So it's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down. You can visit Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville and visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
You got the racetrack, and you got Brady McCormick, who's like...
He's running like the Indy 500 out here.
Mario Andretti.
Have you ever been to the Indy 500?
I have never been to the race.
I haven't either. I feel like that's what it's a bucket list. Let's go. We'll go this year.
Next year.
Okay. Fair enough.
I went to the time trials this year.
Okay.
Govea carries the ball.
But there's certain sporting events that I need to start crossing off the bucket list there. I got to, when I went to go cover Ileana and Lake Central in the baseball state championships, that happened to be the first weekend of the Olympic trials for swimming down at Lucas Oil Stadium, so I got to check that out. That was a lot of fun.
Filling up water inside Lucas Oil Stadium is pretty amazing what they can do.
It was so cool. It was fairly cheap. I walked up to the will call booth, and they just said, give me your cheapest ticket wherever it is. I got an oxygen tank with me, and I had to go high up, and that was fine. But they're like, all right, here, and it was a beautiful view. Handoff again. Stopped right at the 45-yard line, so only a gain of 2 on the play.
I'll tell you, both of these teams are playing extremely tough. That there's no quit in either one of these teams.
The clock winds down on tonight's game.
We have a situation. It's week 1, and neither of these teams obviously they want to come away with victories, but they know that it is week 1. And the nice thing, Josh, about high school football in Indiana is honestly your final record doesn't matter. You want to be playing your best football as you get towards the end of the season and you get toward after week 9, but you can be 0-10 and all of a sudden win your first sectional game and go to the sectional championship, and you can run as Perez gets this pass here, and he is going to catch it maybe just shy of that first down marker, and that was on third down. So we'll see what Chesterton's obviously going to keep it here as we enter Four Seasons mechanical down territory. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so week one, you start off 0-1. Nobody likes that. But when it boils down to it, in college football and rankings and the NFL, they talk about, teams that start off 0-1 have this percentage of doesn't matter. Everyone likes the playoffs in Indiana football.
And there's no seeding, so it really
Right.
has no factor your performance. Now, obviously, as you these are high school kids, right? So you want to keep them engaged and keep them. So winning matters, obviously.
Of course.
But
McCormick gets to the 40 and goes down at the 34-yard line. And he stays in bounds. That's the other big thing. That's the senior that makes that decision, of course.
It's a pretty savvy play, right? Pretty savvy play by Brady there to just, stay in bounds. Don't he could have leaned his shoulder in there, but he didn't have to take the hit, just slid down, and we're getting close to we're under 2.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter, and so that's a pretty savvy play.
Don't forget to visit all of our areas on social media for the Region Sports Network, regionsports.com, and checking out our Powering Indiana Peak Performers presented by NECA Powering Indiana of Lake County, IBEW. Jutting ahead, Govea with the keep out across the 30-yard line. So Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians. We've also got those IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. We had Hobart in the top 10 at number 8. We're going to see what happens to that top 10. I had questions about, trying to take my bias out of it, but you have a new head coach over at Lake Central. They weren't on the bubble. They were in a sectional championship game last year. They're going to get a pretty decisive win over the Munster Mustangs. Is that a team that gets moved in? Does Hobart, maybe just drop down to 9 or 10? Do they stay in the top 10 knowing that they have a young team and still showing signs of being a team here late in this game? Even though the score is what it is, still showing some positivity late in this one.
Chesterton.
The top 10 is always difficult to figure out.
In high school, in our region, when we do a top 10, it's difficult because some teams, size difference and who they play. But, yeah, I think we can comfortably say the top 5 are the top 5.
Oh, yeah. You got Crown Point at the top. You got
Maryville's in there.
Maryville, Valpo, Hanover. Those are all, top teams that are, in it every single year, it feels like. And we do have awards we're going to hand out at the end of this one. We've got the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They have offices open 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Not to mention we've got the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. And then, of course, the play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network. 1:24 left in this one between Chesterton and Hobart. McCormick gives to Govea, who still runs ahead. Now, are you surprised that at this point with one, the time winding down, that guys like Govea and McCormick are still in for Chesterton?
Yes, they just subbed them out right now, right?
Okay,
right on cue, right?
There you go.
I
know what I'm talking about.
It's just kind of one of those things. It's just yes and no, right?
So McCormick stays in there now in the backfield. Ibrahim in there just to his right. Snap, handoff to Ibrahim, and he gets tackled immediately in the line. And that's Logan Peters in on the tackle.
Stop made by number 0, Logan Peters.
So we are at the 25-second mark, and you can see the Chesterton sideline getting pumped up early here, trying to get their student section and their fan base on their feet. And the time will wind down. We're at the 10-second mark. They do not have to get a play off. And the fireworks will sound over here to our left as Chesterton will get the win. 27-9, your
final
score.
This evening from Trojan Field, Chesterton 27.
In Hobart, that's against city ordinance.
Oh, let them have fun. Let them have fun. You know, we love, there's nothing better than week one of the high school football season. So, you know, there is something, you know, we said at the end of the year, the record kind of doesn't matter, but at the same time, it is fun after week one to say, yeah, 1-0.
1-0.
That's going to lead to a fun week of practice for Chesterton, feeling positive about themselves. They're going to the Governor's Palace over at Munster next week, and then you've got Hobart that will play the Maryville Pirates. And, you know, tough for Hobart right off the bat. You got two Duneland athletic teams right off the bat. Chesterton, you know, 2-8 last year. Now they're going to go get the Maryville Pirates, who certainly one of the best teams in the area always.
Yeah, you're talking about, you know, you look at both sides, right? Like, the question that you ask yourself as a head football coach, as a ball club, do you want to play tough competition in the front, right? You want to find out who you are. You want to find out what kind of guts your team has. You know, do you want to play a team maybe of lesser caliber that, you know, you kind of get things going? Or do you play a good team? So, you know, both of these teams here tonight both play good quality opponents.
All right, we're going to take a quick step aside here. And we'll have our award winners at the other end of this break. You are watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
He's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Welcome back to Game Night here on the Region Sports Network as the Trojans make their way into the tunnel after a victorious Week 1 here against the Hobart Brickies. Let's go ahead and get into our award winners as Michael Brandner, the mayor, Josh Huddleston with me. We got Zach Sinelli on production. Scott Stessel on camera as well. Let's get our award winners in. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game. They are proud to recognize superheroes on the gridiron.
The Crowd Company Lantern Man Superhero of the game tonight, obvious reasons. Brady McCormick carried the load for the Chesterton Trojans. The offense went through Brady tonight. 3 touchdowns on the ground. Just bumbling and rumbling and hitting guys and creating holes. And the offense, he really set up all of the players around him, threw some good passes and 3 touchdowns, and really grounded out on the ground. So Brady McCormick is our Lantern Man superhero of the game.
I have, according to Max Preps from last year, he had 4 touchdowns running all of last season. He got 3 tonight, so not too shabby. All right, our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
When you think of true grit tonight, you think of Hobart's Alex Tatum. He stood in the pocket all night long. He battled. He had some running plays. His very first start as a varsity quarterback, he really showed a lot of grit, blue-collarness to him tonight. He was running the ball, made some great throws when he had to make some great throws, and just really showed that grit that Hobart was hoping to have out of him tonight. So he is our Boilermakers blue-collar player of the game.
Very Bricky-esque, if you will. Our play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network.
And we were split down the middle on this, so we decided to make 2 plays of the game tonight. For me, it was Brady McCormick's 46-yard touchdown, the second run, his second touchdown run. It really kind of broke the game open. He made a nice cut, raced out to the outside, broke a couple tackles, and scored a touchdown. And that was ultimately ended up being the go-ahead touchdown, and no looking back from that point forward.
And I'm going to go with the Aiden Leonard 53-yard touchdown pass from Tatum. I felt like that was even though the score wasn't what Hobart was wanting, but I thought that was just, we had just talked about, is this a Hobart team that'll lay down in the score that they had, or they're going to continue to fight, and then boom, 53-yard touchdown pass to get back on the board, the first touchdown of the season. So Aiden Leonard, I feel like, and Alex Tatum deserved that.
And he ran a great route. He ran a double move, cut to the outside, cut to the inside, and Tatum threw a beautiful ball and hit him right in stride. So co-plays of the game.
Can't ask for anything more. Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez. Our operations manager is Rich Castillo. Our coordinating producer, Zach Miller. And then our sports director, Mike DeWan. Your broadcast crew tonight, myself, Michael Brenner, along with the mayor, Josh Huddleston. Zach Sinelli doing a phenomenal job on production, along with Scott Stessel, our cameraman today. Big thanks to Eric Schreiber Jr. and Mark Peterson, both the coaches for Hobart and Chesterton, respectively, along with Mike Black and Jeff Hamstra, the athletic directors for both Hobart and Chesterton, respectively, for getting us set for everything we've needed, especially a great location here, and then 2 deep depth charts and rosters and stats and all that kind of stuff from everybody. So thank you very much. And, of course, you, the viewers, on Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.org. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So thank you very much. We'll have plenty more coming up from the Centier Bank studio. Stay tuned to the Region wrap-up show with the guys back in the studio. You've been watching Game Night here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.